Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to Chris is Talking, and this is a Boku no Hero Academia anime review, and this is for the review of anime episode 2. First of all, would just like to apologize for my late upload. I did mention on Twitter, if you do follow me on Chris is Talking, that's my Twitter account. I did mention that I would be posting my Boku no Hero Academia review a couple hours a day late, depending on what time zone you're in, but I'm in London, so this is basically the next morning. Yeah, I only got to watch the episode last night at like midnight or something, so unfortunately I wasn't really gonna upload a video just then, but it is here, and here is the review. Okay, so this is for episode 2, and this is continue on straight off the bat from episode 1. If you are anime only, you wouldn't have noticed that this episode 1 and episode 2 were actually part of chapter 1, and they were split into 2, so the whole situation that happened in episode 1 with Deku speaking to All Might about him being a superhero and asking him, can I be a superhero, and even without a quirk, and then it finished right there. It concludes the whole conversation into this episode, and straight off the bat, All Might just says, no, unfortunately, be realistic. In a world full of quirks and you have no powers, you should do something that's a bit more realistic, such as a police officer. Personally, I find that hilarious, so for this review I decided to wear a Batman shirt because Deku could have been Batman. Literally, if Deku was in our universe, he would have read the Batman comics, and I am a huge DC fan, and I've got some of that Batmanness right now, and Deku, sorry about that. Yeah, if Deku read some Batman comics, he would have noticed he could have done some superhero shit without being a superhero. But yeah, so that was pretty jokes. So Deku was told that he could be a police officer or just something a bit more realistic, but that's not a bad thing. Police officers do still help people. On the Batman thing, unfortunately, he's not a millionaire like Bruce Wayne. So, if you didn't know, spoiler alert, that Bruce Wayne was Batman. Batman is Bruce Wayne. There you go. All jokes aside, the episode then continues on with the whole situation where All Might dropped the bottle, the liquid monster bad guy that was in episode 1, and Bakugo, or Kachan, I'm gonna call him Bakugo because I'm used to calling him Bakugo. Bakugo is the one who then gets attacked by him, and he's the person who's the victim that's in this episode, and it's all about him being saved by Deku, who has no quirk, whilst All Might, who does have a quirk, is now basically quirkless when he's in his skinny form and he's all coughing up blood. God knows what's going on there. He literally thought he couldn't do anything, even though he did specifically tell Deku, heroes, they go out of their way to put their lives in danger, to save civilians and to save people. But yet, when he was in that skinny form, he was just doubting himself, saying, I'm useless, I'm worthless, I'm useless, I'm worthless. Deku's there saying I'm useless and worthless, and they're both going back and forth. I thought that was some great directing. I thought that was really, really cool because it got to show both sides of the mentality, both sides of the hero who has a quirk and the person who doesn't have a quirk. And yet, ironically, the person who doesn't have a quirk, Deku, he's the one who went straight forward and saved Bakugo. So I thought that was pretty cool. As well as that, one thing I thought that was pretty cool was that, I said pretty cool a few times, sorry. This is a really cool episode. One thing I thought was really cool was that All Might said to him later on, one thing that all top heroes have had in common is in their childhood or origin stories, they've mentioned that what made them a hero was they leapt forward and saved someone without thinking. Their feet moved before they could decide what to do. And if you were an anime only watcher, up until this moment, Deku probably was quite annoying, quite whiny, and this was quite the turning point because you really got to see what makes him the hero, what is going to make him be, quote unquote, as he says at the end of it, the greatest hero in the world, basically. So this is a kind of like a storytelling kind of thing. So maybe it's from, I don't know whether he's telling from his own point of view from the future, telling people about his story, how he became the hero, how he became who he is. In the preview at the end, you see that Deku's going to get a quirk, and so that's going to be pretty interesting. If you're an anime only watcher, I hope you're ready for the next few weeks. This anime will only get better and better if they continue on the pacing, how they've been doing it over the past 2 episodes. This is going to be fantastic. We're not going to be rushed. It's not going to be ruined. Because from what I've seen, because I am a manga watcher, I am a manga reader, so I'm not going to lie to you. From what I saw from the opening, we're going to be finished at a good point for you guys to enjoy it, and for the story not to be rushed, basically, and for, like, they've been doing half a chapter per episode, and hopefully they speed up a little bit, because I think some of the few chapters will be fighting chapters, so they can put that in like one or basically like 3 chapters in an episode, so things will speed up a bit more and things will start happening. And I really hope that you guys are excited for this. I thought the color and animation was still just as fluid. I loved how they kept it up from episode 1. I personally liked it a bit more in this episode because it wasn't as vibrant. I feel in the first one I loved it a lot, but it was quite bright, a bit too colourful. But that was something that I only realised once I rewatched it again. In this episode, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was really funny. I thought seeing All Might cough up his blood, as sadistic as it sounds, was actually quite hilarious. Because he's all coming in, like when he slid in, being in with that Superman theme in the background, and then you just see him just like cough up blood, and I'm like, whoa! And when he punched that liquid guy, and whilst punching him, he just coughed up all this blood in his All Might form and did a Saitama and changed the weather, the ecosystem, God knows what. The sky went from sunny to raining, and that tornado that kept on going straight to the clouds created its own clouds from a sunny day. Yeah, All Might is OP. And to think that he mentioned later on that he can't use his full strength 100% for the whole day. He can only do it for 3 hours a day. So how strong would he be if that incident never happened 5 years ago? I hope they have a flashback at some point, because even in the manga they haven't really done a flashback, but I'm interested to see whether they might include a filler flashback, which would be quite good, but hopefully if they do, it's connected to the source material somehow. But even if it's in the future, I hope that they manage to explain who All Might fought against to get that injury, because that was a pretty bad injury. And yeah, I really like All Might's design from both sides, when he's in his skinny form and when he's in the All Might form. I like how even in his skinny form he still has that deep voice, and that's pretty cool. It's just I can't take him seriously because he looks like he's just like on his deathbed, but yet he still sounds kind of that deep husky coolness to him, whereas when he's in, but he's not smiling, he's probably just kind of like sad consistently. But when he's in his All Might form, he's just like constant smiles, strength, happiness. They're just a symbol of justice and power. And yeah, so I really love this episode. I can't wait for the next episode. And you guys, you're in for a treat. Depending on how they do the next episode, I hope that they manage to try and cram in maybe 2 chapters, or at least a chapter into 1 episode. That way you guys can enjoy it a bit more, because some things will start happening. A lot of when the plot starts kicking in, shit starts going down. Anyways, sorry that this has been a quick rushed one. If I'm speaking too fast, I do apologize. I am on my way to work. I literally woke up, had a coffee, banged out this video. Thank you guys for watching all my other reviews. You know that I have posted up my latest One Piece manga chapter review, if you read One Piece, which most of you do, so if you do, you can check that out. As well as my first impressions for a manga called Smoking Parade. Literally, it's still relatively new, so in the first 5 chapters, if you want to check that out, that's Smoking Parade, and then check out my review, and a few of the other things I've put up. Anyways, thank you very much. Thank you for watching my stuff. If you need to find out more about myself or get more information about when I'm posting things, you know, you can like, subscribe, share my stuff. And on Twitter as well, I do post every single day quite a lot. I'm quite Twitter themed, and I explain anything I can't make a video about. I tend to do a tweet about it. For example, like the Dragon Ball Super series, because of work and all my other stuff, I don't always have time to make all reviews for stuff, so I just do quick tweet reviews or just blogs and stuff like that. But I'll leave all that information down below underneath the subscribe and the like button, and I hope you had a great time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys. Chris is talking. Peace.